Do you remember Hannibal Smith out of the A-Team? I love it when a plan comes together. That was his catchphrase, wasn't it? I reckon Boris has pinched it because he likes talking about plans. And there's one thing that the Conservatives have proved to me over the last few days. They can count and they can read. Now let me see. Boosty 1, Boosty 2, Boosty 3, Boosty 4. Plan A, Plan B, Plan C. Oh, Plan D. How do everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Last video on a Monday, or it should be, barring any unforeseen incidents or calamities involving Boris and his cronies, which forced me to come back in front of the camera once again. Well, what do we have here? We all know what's going on. Massive overreaction. I had a friend of mine yesterday I had a conversation with who's having the utter collywobbles about the whole affair. You know, what the hell's going on now? Are we going to be bolted down and placed under house arrest again? Nobody knows where they stand anymore, and I can't say I blame them. We've all enjoyed, you know, relative freedom for a long time. I want to show you something right now. You're watching this at 8 o'clock at night, but I'm actually recording this in the middle of the day. Watch this. This, folks, is Cobham Services, just up off the M25. You see, people going around their business. Let's have a look round there. Coming back and forward, just normal everyday life. People working, coming back and forward. You see, that to me is a normal part of my day, a normal part of everybody's day, and that's how we should be allowed to go on. But now we have Plan B, and we all know that that came into force today, and we all know what that means, and collectively a lot of us are doing that to it, and I can't say I blame them. I'm having a right pain in the arse with my actual business because many passengers are asking me to take them to testing centres right off the aircraft so they can get tested immediately and get themselves home, so there's no disruption to their work and everything else. We read in the press, don't we, recently, particularly after Boris's grand "let's boost it all up" speech last night, that they're drawing up a Plan C to tighten the thumb screws a little bit more. And over what? An overreaction about something that may or may not have happened in South Africa. They're just looking for the excuse. They're waiting for somebody to pop their clogs over this, or at least somebody who fell off a ladder and broke their head, who had it 2 weeks ago, and that will go on the certificate, won't it? We all know how that works. Well, guess what? I'm afraid there's more. Plan D. Yes, D as in disaster. You read the headline there. Pubs and restaurants could shut. What you are witnessing, my friends, is the gradual destruction of the economy in this country. It's not about the disease anymore. It never was. If they do Plan D, you better go down the off licence for your beer, because there ain't going to be any pubs anymore to go to. They can't survive another round of this. And what I'm finding is when these leaks come out to the press, sooner or later they end up true. Or they're just trying to wind us up. It could be one thing or the other, but to me, I've made several predictions privately to my family over the last couple of weeks, and I've not been wrong. I can predict what's going to happen most times. It's playing like a dodgy movie script, and what's even more insulting, I think, is the word I can use it. They're not even hiding it anymore. They're doing it in plain sight, even with those like me and others that can see through it. It's, you know, beyond contempt. So is there going to be a Plan E, a Plan F? When does it stop, Boris? When does it stop? As a country, we have to learn to get on with it. We've got to live our lives. We've got to run our businesses. We've got to take care of our families. What's the alternative? You tell me. I, for one, I've had enough. I'm done. I'm sure you have, and you are. Let me know what you think of this in the comments below. I'm sure I can imagine. And more importantly, what should we put in place of the letter D? Disaster? Dastardly? Dangerous? Or plain right? Doo-doo? You let me know. Let's have some fun with that one. Anyway, I'm off, and I'll see you tomorrow with more content. Toodaloo.